Hey there to my 43 subscribers, my future subscribers, and all the people that secretly watch me without subscribing. I'm really tired because I've been working 2 days trying to do things for this video, and so I want to hurry and give you my final thoughts first. That way those of you that are watching the video kind of have an idea of what I think before you watch the actual clips. I think there's like 25 clips I gotta edit. The biggest things that I really want to mention was the magic shell recipe. Technically it did end up working. It just took me probably 10 minutes to thaw it out, and that's with it in a warm house. So if your house is under 90 degrees, I'm guessing you'll have to thaw it out each time you want to use it, but it does work just like regular magic shell. So technically, you know, flavor wise and stuff, it was a win, but in the video I say it's a fail because I didn't have the patience to melt it before using it. So do with it what you will. Of course it sticks to everything it touches, as far as like, you know, like the regular magic shell, only more extreme. So I mean, I thought maybe after I was done recording that maybe a good idea would be to use it to line a popsicle thing and then fill it with ice cream to make, you know, ice cream bars. But if you do that, you're going to want to line the popsicle containers first with like plastic wrap, or I don't even know if plastic wrap would be good, or if you'd be better off with like a wax paper or something. But anyways, that's my thoughts on it. My thoughts are pretty accurate through the rest of the video. You know, you get what you get as I'm dealing with it. I don't know how long it's going to be, but probably there's 7 recipes, so it takes a little bit. Anyway, I've got a lot of editing to do tonight, so anyway, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I will try to put timestamps for each thing and break all the stuff up separately. Something, yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll put timestamps in the description if I can remember. I'm really tired. I took stuff for a headache and it's knocking me out, so I gotta hurry. Enjoy the video. Okay, I'm not sure how to hold this with it pointing at me because it's the new thing, but today, well, I'll give you an intro later, but I want to show you all the ingredients and dishes and stuff that I'll be using today and tomorrow in this process. So hold on just a moment while I flip the camera around. Okay, so this is everything, I hope. Dishes, of course, will be used, some of them multiple times, at least like the bowls and spoon and measuring cups. But yeah, this I did melt the coconut oil already. At the same time, I ran it under warm water, and but I am going to put the biscuits, eggs, and ice cream back away for now until I need them, because we don't want them going bad. So anyway, let me go find some way to prop up the camera. It doesn't attach to my ring lights like my phone does, and I'll be back. I went with a white cake mix because we're going to use soda, like an actual soda in it, and I wanted to be able to taste it to see how it turns out. So it's an orange soda and a white cake mix. That's all the ingredients, other than, of course, you know, the oil on the pan. I used to actually
I guess I'll just use these scissors. I used to coat the pan with oil and with the cake mix years ago, but using coconut oil, you really don't have to do that. So there's the cake mix. Make sure there's no clumps in it real quick. And they say all you do is you mix the cake mix and the soda, and then you follow the baking instructions on the package. So I should probably preheat the oven real quick. Let's see. It's what is this? Non-stick pan. It says 325, so we'll try that. Now, I'm not really going to change any of this stuff. I'm going to bake it the way it says, although I will check it and pull it out when it's actually done, because I know things cook differently in different places. Anybody ever had orange cake before? I've made orange cake, but not like this. We did try doing a soda with self-rising flour a while back to make bread. It was okay, but it didn't really cook right. It didn't seem to cook evenly. Like the top was done and the inside was doughy. So that was a fail, but I'll try this and see if this is any better. And no, I'm sorry I didn't record the bread I did before, but we do have a bread recipe this time to try as well. So never over mix things, because then they don't end up the right consistency. So get these pans, put a little coconut oil in them. I haven't opened this oil. I bought this just for today. And now I have coconut oil. I didn't want to get out the big huge thing of it, because it's a little difficult to work with. I go through a lot of coconut oil. I use coconut oil for baking, olive oil for frying. So get a paper towel. I have to make sure to spread it around and cover all of the pan. And that was probably too much. So I'll probably use that for both pans. We'll see. It's a brand I've never used before, so I don't know what the quality is. Maybe I'll just leave it like that and pour some more for the other pan. Now this is not as easy to pour as my other container. So I'm going to have coconut oil all over the place. Okay. Now I'm going to try and pour this evenly into these two pans. I don't normally do it in two pans. Normally I do one decorative pan, or I'll do this pan that's over here, but this pan's tied up and I'm not worried about making it shaped like anything in particular, so we're going with the two round pans. Which I guess I probably should have measured to make sure they were even, but we're just going to eyeball it. Which means they're not going to be even, because I'm pretty much blind, so It is what it is. Need to get it on the edge of the pan, but the nice thing about not having eggs, I can lift it off my finger. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to set them next to the stove while I wait for it to heat up. And according to the box, it's supposed to be in the oven for about half an hour, but it probably won't be. I am going to stop the camera for now so I can clean up the bowl, and then I'll be back. They don't look done compared to a normal cake, but let's see. Oh no, definitely not done. Definitely not done, because it comes out, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. That doesn't focus right, but anyway, it's still liquid in the middle. I'm not exactly sure what these are supposed to look like, and I don't know how long I cooked it extra, but the toothpick is coming out clean, so they are done. That's a weird looking cake. I'm not impressed with how it looks, but you know, looks aren't everything. So tomorrow we will taste them and see what they taste like, but that's a little weird. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut up one of the cakes so it's easier for us to taste it rather than waiting for the last minute. Do I cut it? Oh, well, might have to dish this up with a fork. It doesn't look like it's able to be cut, it just falls apart. So we're ditching the plan of cutting this up. We will just dish it up with a fork, I guess. Okay, so while the cake's cooking, we're going to attempt magic shell. I didn't want chocolate. Everybody does chocolate, so we're doing butterscotch. And it says 1 1/4 cups of chips. Hopefully there's the right amount in the bag, because I didn't measure it. So what we'll do is we'll measure it first. So we'll do the 1/4 cup 5 times. 1, 2, sorry if this is noisy, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and there's a little bit left over, so we'll save those for something. I don't know what. Maybe you can sprinkle them on top of ice cream later. But okay, so we got 1 1/4 cups of butterscotch chips and half a cup of coconut oil. I should probably get a paper towel out because I just discovered that didn't pour so well. But the last thing, so half a cup of coconut oil. And I guess we go heat it up. Alright, I don't know what temperature this needs to cook on, so I'm going to put it on the temperature I usually use to heat up olive oil. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like in a few minutes. It seems to be melting pretty quickly. So I don't think it'll take too long to get this done before we can move on to the next thing. I did forget to get a jar to put it in. It said to put it in glass. So we're just going to use the soda bottle. I cleaned it out, and we'll just put it in that when it's done. And I'll be right back. Okay, so is this recording? I can't even see. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what consistency this is supposed to be. I thought it wasn't melting, but I think what it's doing is starting to solidify. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it in the bottle, and then tomorrow we can try it out, assuming that it I should have used a bigger funnel. We can try it out tomorrow, assuming that it's what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, my brain forgets words. Assuming that it's liquid tomorrow. Oh, this is not wanting to go through this funnel. I'll be back after I figure out how to get this all in the funnel. So that's how much we got. And I'm a little skeptical about whether it will be liquid tomorrow, but if not, I'll run it under hot water and see how that works. Although, I don't know if you really want something hot poured on your ice cream. But let me go see if I can find a way to cap this, and we'll be back in a while. Alright, so the next thing I started doing already, it's really hard to mix ice cream and turn it into soft serve by hand, but my food processor broke a couple days ago, shattered. So it is what it is. I'm using coffee ice cream. It says to use 4 cups, and according to the label, oh, it's not focusing. Come on. Focus. Shoot. Sorry. It says it's got 9 servings at 2/3 of a cup apiece. That's, how much is that? Let's see. 6 cups. I used the whole carton, and it's just around 4 cups. So it lies. There's 4 cups of ice cream in the carton, not 6. Self-rising flour, 3 cups. And let's start mixing. Yeah, it's melting. I guess I should have bought some ice cream from Rite Aid and got the Thrifty brand, because it's a lot softer. But let me get this, mix up some and then add the flour in. And this is supposed to be a bread. Oops. I hope I don't make too much of a mess, but just clean up as you go. So we're doing bread made out of flour and ice cream. It has to be self-rising flour, because if you use something other than self-rising flour, it's not going to work at all. I'm skeptical how this will taste and how it turn out. Like I said, I've tried the soda and self-rising flour, and I wasn't really all that impressed. So I'm going to have to do this by hand. You know, it's really cold. But I can't get it mixed, so. Oh my god, that's cold. Sorry. Didn't mean to say God's name. Oh wow. That might have been a mistake, using my hand. But it wasn't mixing. What do you do? Don't worry, my hands are clean. I just got done washing the dishes from the other thing. Oh, that is so cold. Gotta go wash my hands so I can put this in the pan. Let me double check it with a spoon one more time. Hard to do it with the spoon, but very painful with the hand, so I will not stick my hand back in there. Lesson learned. Okay, so we want to put some coconut oil in the pan. It doesn't stick. Make sure you coat the sides thoroughly as well as the bottom. You don't want it sticking. I don't know if it'll stick or not, but I don't want to take a chance. I normally don't use this pan, but my glass one seems to be missing. And my disposable ones I'm saving for banana bread because I only need a couple of bananas and got a bunch of them. I wonder if that's supposed to be in 2 pans. I don't know. It didn't say. It said put it in a loaf pan. Seems like a lot to put in a loaf pan. But I don't know. What do I do? Do I have something else I can put in? I guess we're gonna put them in a round pan too, because I really think that's too much to put in there. Thankfully, I have a lot of Pyrex dishes. Although I've seen on the news yesterday, there's all kinds of controversy about it, about them not being safe. Been using them forever, and a lot of people used them way before I was born. Alright, let's put the rest of this in a round pan. I'm kind of tempted to take some out of the loaf pan, but I really don't want to mess with it. So, this is a double experiment, I guess, because who knows how this is going to turn out. Oh. Alright. Probably should have saved this recipe for last because it says it has to go in the oven for an hour. But that's alright. I had a mess to clean up and we have other stuff to make. So I'm going to put these in the oven at 350. I'm setting the timer for 45 minutes to check on it because who knows. So it smells interesting in here. I have a feeling the bread may be done, but I think I might let it cook just a few more minutes just to be sure. And I'll be back in just a bit. We're going to go ahead and pull these out and hope they're done. And hope they taste edible. It smells a little funky. And time to start putting together the cookies. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and slice up the bread and see how that looks. Maybe. I don't know if it's just sticky or what. Maybe. Doesn't feel like it's really stuck anywhere. Maybe it's on the bottom. There we go. Not really stuck. but it is a different consistency than I was expecting. Not quite as heavy and dense as when I tried putting, what did we do? Soda in flour. And so maybe it will be better. Get it back in the pan until we're ready. I might as well hit up the other one too, even though that's not the shape it was intended to be made in, but that's okay. I'll try it out anyway. Who knows, they might taste different between the metal and the glass containers. So let's see. Is this one going to come out easy? Maybe it's going to take a little more effort than the other one did, I think. Well, maybe not. It is tearing though a little. It wasn't so bad. Okay. And I'll cut that up too. And see if there's any difference in the container that it's cooked in. It almost has the consistency of a heavy cake rather than a bread. Put that back in there, and we will be trying it out in just a little bit. The next recipe is fudge, but not normal fudge, of course, because it's 2 ingredients. Online, everybody's making strawberry fudge, and of course I don't want to do strawberry because that's what everybody else is doing. But it takes chocolate chips, either white or any other flavor you want, and a tub of frosting. So I got the white chocolate chips, or the white chips. I couldn't find white chocolate. So I got a bag of those. This is to dump the whole bag in. And I picked lemon. So we're going to make lemon fudge, I guess. Besides, my cousin asked me how to make lemon fudge, so we're going to do this and see if it tastes good enough. And if it is, maybe she'll want to make it. So, a whole tub of frosting and a whole bag of chips, and I guess we melt it. I don't know what temperature. It didn't say. It said microwave, and I don't have a microwave. I used to have a microwave. I had too many people staying with me, and I'd say in about 3 or 4 years, it got about 20 years worth of use. So anyway, be right back. So we're here melting this on the stove. Again, at the same temperature that I normally fry things with olive oil, because I don't want to burn anything. And before you actually do this, you should prepare your pan. And I put some parchment paper in here, which I taped the corners to kind of give it a little bit of structure. Because I made some fudge the other day, and I just, I don't know, I didn't bother taping the corners, and they all folded in. So anyway, I don't know how much this takes up. It might be the whole pan, but I'll be back after it melts some. This is melting really nicely in just a few minutes, so that's nice. I can't show you exactly perfectly because I can't hold the pan and the camera at the same time. But I'm going to pour it into the pan, and I'll be right back. I can't really tell how thick it's going to be. Luckily this pan comes with a lid, so We just pop the lid on, stick it in the fridge, and I'll be back to show it to you tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the lemon fudge. I pre-opened the container because it's hard to open. And I'm going to use the pizza cutter to make it easier. Looks more like a sheet of candy. Looks pretty stiff, but we're going to get it cut up before anybody shows. Well, I shouldn't say before anybody shows up. My mom's already here. So she'll be tasting the stuff for a little bit. But I have a feeling this is going to be way too sweet to be used as fudge. But we'll see. Very sticky. This was left in the fridge overnight. Probably closer to 24 hours actually. So let's just pick a piece up and look at it just so we have an idea. And that's what it looks like. We'll be back later for people to taste it. Okay, so here we are with making the cookies. It called for chocolate cake mix and pumpkin. I got the pumpkin, but instead of chocolate, I got spice because I want to. It just seemed more logical than chocolate. I mean, some people might like chocolate and pumpkin together. I'm not some people. I'm not a big chocolate fan, so I didn't see the point in doing that because how am I supposed to taste test it if I know I'm not going to really like it all that much? So at least this I might like. And so we just mix the pumpkin with the cake mix. You know, it didn't really say how big to make the cookies or anything, so I guess I'm going to have to use my judgment. I don't know how much it's going to rise. It's a cake mix, so I'm assuming it's going to rise some. I also don't know if I want to stick my hands in it. It's looking awfully sticky, so I might do it with a spoon. I don't normally do that, but we can try it and see how that works out. Well, I guess the battery died. It's a good thing I picked out one that has two. The camera has two batteries, so it better get them charged tonight. But anyway, I put parchment paper on the pan. And I'm just gonna, let's see, what should I do? Use this spoon, use a scoop, ice cream scoop maybe? Let's see how this works. Is that gonna be too big? Oh, sorry. So let's get some of these on here. I don't know how much dough to use or how close to put them together. So, oops. Oh, I should probably check to make sure the oven's at the right temperature too. Hold on, what temperature? Yes, it is. Alright. That one didn't have as much in it. These are going to be wild looking cookies. But there's no way I can form it into a ball like the other ones. So. Those last two didn't have much in them. I wonder if I used all this up, am I going to regret it? It's going to be like making a huge mess. Actually, it doesn't matter if I use it all, does it? It's just an experiment anyway, so I don't think that matters. We'll just use most of it. Here, I'll make an extra smaller cookie over here. And if it sticks, that's okay. If it sticks to the edge, I mean. Probably will, because I'm sure it's going to spread. Anyway, so how does that go that way? That's what they look like. And I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 for, it says 8 to 12 minutes. So let's see what happens, and I'm going to go clean up. Time to grab the cookies. Oh, I can't see. And that's what they look like. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get the mix ready for the pancakes. It calls for 1 banana and 2 eggs, so we'll do 2 bananas and 2 eggs, doubling the recipe. And then it says to just mash them up together and make the pancake and cook it up for 2 minutes on each side, so we will see. Doesn't sound logical to me, but you never know. I wish I would have had some black bananas, but this is as ripe as I get them at the store at the last minute. I probably should be using the banana masher or potato masher. I mostly use it for bananas, but sometimes I use it for potatoes too. Eggs up. I should use the bigger bowl. But I have a headache and I'm not thinking quite right, so. Kind of hard to do in a bowl this small. It's not looking very promising. It's a little too thin, but it's still chunky. Should have probably stuck it in the blender. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to go put it in the blender. I will be back. Good thing I did it over the sink because I just spilled a bunch of it. So anyway, I will be back later when it's time to cook them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff ready for the inside out sloppy joes. The coconut oil, you can see maybe how some of it's gotten solid overnight, some of it's still liquid. But we'll just go ahead and pour a little in, just to be on the safe side so that the biscuits don't stick to the bottom as easily. And coat the bottom. And the bottom of the edges just in case. And I got small cans of biscuits. I don't know, maybe these are normal cans for places other than the United States, but here are their small cans. See if I can open it without making myself jump. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm going to use one can or two. I guess we'll find out. But everything on the table's clean. Okay. So I'm going to take these scissors. They're a kitchen scissor. I'm going to cut these into quarters, which is why I got the small ones in the first place, so they're easier to cut. Okay, I guess we ended up only using 7.5 of the biscuits, so we'll see how much. Hopefully 2 of these will fix. I already opened them, but that's just the regular Manwich sloppy joe mix. Although I'm thinking only one is good enough, so maybe I'll just do the 1 can and I'll figure out what to do with the leftover supplies. So I've got this saying it's going in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. So I will do that in just a bit. Okay, so we're about ready to do a taste test, and there's 3 of us here. There's me, there's my mom, and Kendra can't talk right now, so she'll be writing notes and telling me what she wants me to say, and hopefully she writes big enough because I'm blind. Okay, so the first thing we're trying is the cake, and Kendra doesn't know this yet, but we can't cut it up and dish it up because it's too soft. So we're just gonna, I tried to cut one piece, but it kind of fell apart. So I will dish them up for us. And no, you don't have to eat the whole thing. Just, it's there if you want to, but you don't have to. But it was too soft to actually cut it with a knife, and possibly too thin. I'm not used to making cakes this thin either. I don't know, it didn't get very thick. So. I did buy another bottle of the soda, so we have a comparison to see if it loses much of its flavor when baked into a cake. Cake. And there's a matching soda.
The matching what?
Matching soda.
Oh,
That's the soda that we used in the cake.
yeah.
So, time to taste it. Tastes like it needed to cook a little minute or two, maybe 5.
It's
It's not doughy. It's just extremely soft. So I figured that out when I tried to cut it. Now to taste the soda. I don't think it lost too much of its flavor. Just a little bit. What do you think, Mom?
pretty much the same.
The same?
Mm-hmm.
They taste the same? Or the same as what I
They
said?
don't taste the same.
So they just lost a little bit of flavor or a lot of flavor?
A little bit.
What's your thought on the texture of the cake?
It's fine.
Okay. Now I'm waiting for Kendra to write me a note and tell me what she thinks. Okay, I'm gonna try this. It says the flavor is similar, but the cake is too gooey. Okay. So we all kind of pretty much agree on the outcome of that one, right? Alright, so the next thing was supposed to be the magic shell, but it did what I thought it would do and turn solid. So we will try it in a little bit, but first I want to get through the things that are on this table, and then I'll run this under warm water to liquefy it. So I guess we're going to see if we can melt a little bit of this magic shell. I'm going to turn the camera off because I don't know if it's going to take a couple of minutes or longer. So we'll turn the camera off and be back in just a bit. Okay, so my mom has left the room. So the magic shell was a complete fail, hard as a rock. Tried to melt it, but I gave up. Like, it's even worse than coconut oil. It does not want to melt. I ran it under hot water for, how long did I run it under there for? 2-3 minutes? And we got 1 drop. So that did not work out. So the next thing we're going to be trying is bread. But I got to go dish up some ice cream because, again, I want to taste the difference between the ice cream and the flavor of the bread. Here's your ice cream. Here's your ice cream.
We're supposed to be comparing this.
I'll get for you in a second. Okay, so I dished up the ice cream. Now I'll dish up the breads. I'm going to dish up some of each because it was cooked in 2 different containers. And we'll check the consistency of both. Let's see if I can get a piece from the middle. Wait, there's an extra fork over here. Because the middle of the bread is always the critical part that's always questionable. Right? Your life's questionable? Well, that's okay. We all question our lives. Okay, so 1 slice for each of us out of that pan. Out of the actual loaf pan. And they were cooked at the same time, so the consistency difference between the two actually does make a difference. We'll just get 1 slice out of the round pan and break it into 3. And cover it back up. So there's your bread,
Okay.
and that ice cream is used to make the bread.
Okay.
So we have something to compare the flavor, and you can decide whether the texture is different between the two breads.
Around 7:45, my 740i looking 740 fly. I could drove the old school Chevy, but my fans left the nice on Rockstar ready. I could let the VIP waiting, but they all waiting for me. I'm lightweight, famous. Hold up, let me pose real quick. The spotlight, so me take a picture. Okay. I'm the man of the year. How this dude I see is the man in the mirror. Haters talk shit in a deaf man's ear, but the deaf man sees what the blind man hear. And the money on me won't fold, won't bend, put stacks on stacks, 2 chains go real based on true story.
This one's moist.
I'm hot right now, top 5.
The loaf size one is more moist.
My shit,
And this other one.
let her breathe real quick. She looking at me, let her see real quick. Let me holler at your boo, hit a beat real quick. Hello, girl, you way too slick. Why you bouncing that ass? Girl, that ass too thick. How the hell you get a moan?
I can't really tell the difference between the two,
Any
It's
gents got my
close
phone
to
too
same.
big, yeah.
but there's hardly any flavor in the bread at all.
Girl with the J,
There's just a slight little hint of flavor.
oh, me, no,
But I think the bread would actually be not so bad with
okay.
some butter on it or something.
Mad at me, but they lightweight, jealous, 'cause my
You
money
need frosting.
I don't like
Frosting?
jealous. Me playing with change, money
So you think they'd be good as a cake?
around
Oh,
7:45,
okay.
7:40, I look at 7:45.
What do you think of the flavor?
I like the flavor.
Do you like the flavor, but compared to the ice cream? I mean, it kind of complements, the ice cream and the bread kind of complement each other, but I don't think there's hardly any flavor in the bread.
Oh, it's not very much favorite bread. I still like it.
Now we're waiting for Kinder's response so I can try and read it from here. She is writing big for me, so that's good.
Alright.
I'm just blind. I guess I should eat the ice cream before it told her no.
I'm hella hood rich, I don't need no gang, I got stupid hammer on me, I don't need no brain to go. I don't need
Although I know it's going to make me sick.
G5, nigga, I don't need no lane, I got 1,000 fans, I don't need no friends to see these stacks on stacks, that's me.
Oh no, I might have to get this neck. I can't see it.
My shit, 100 grams in the chop, I'm sitting on the clip, rest in peace to the hottest ripper life right now.
Okay, Kendra says, not much flavor, but maybe good with jelly or jam. Okay, texture? She's questionable about the texture. She says, yes, that's the speech thing, I guess.
And
And dry. We have a drink there. I did get us all some white Gatorade in case we need it, and crackers. I think I need to get rid of the taste of the coffee before we eat the next thing. Although I don't know how I'm going to talk with a clock on my mouth.
Let me pose real quick. The spotlight, so me take your pictures. I pull up around 7:45 in my 7:45.
I think I'm dehydrated today. It doesn't help.
Drove the old school Chevy, but my fans are the nice on
That
Rockstar
does
ready.
taste bad.
Let the VIP waiting, but they all waiting for me. I'm a lightweight, famous. Hold up.
She says the taste of the bread is lacking.
Spotlight,
Oh, Kendra says the taste is lacking. I think that's her way of saying that she's only partially reliable for this taste test. Okay. Next up we have the lemon fudge, which in my opinion does not look anything like fudge. And when I went to break it out, it's super soft and the pieces actually broke apart. It's more like candy, like a really soft candy. It's super soft. I'll show you in a minute. There's a piece of that. And there's a piece of that.
and it looks like margarine.
Yeah, it looks like margarine. But I don't know if you can see it or not, but it just squishes like really super easy and sticky.
It's good. Doesn't look like food.
Kendra says it doesn't look like food. I agree. It definitely looks like a little pat of butter.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't taste overly sweet like I expected it to. I thought it would be like overkill.
It's just like,
So the taste is okay. I'm not too fond of the texture. I wonder if there's something we could do outside the two ingredients to make the texture better. Maybe instead of white chips, use the marshmallow like we do in the peanut butter fudge. That might make it glue together better. Now I'm sticky.
marshmallow would make it good.
Yeah. She thinks marshmallow would make it too sweet in case you guys didn't hear. Any other feedback on it?
I think if you got on with something to make it a little more solid.
A little more wet?
Solid.
Like what, cornstarch?
Yeah.
Not to put some thought into it. Oh, by the time I got to the end of the piece, that was way too much sugar for me. That was sugar overkill by the end. The first couple bites wasn't too bad. What do you think, Mom? Lemon fudge.
Well, I said I thought it was good.
Okay. Are we ready for the pumpkin spice cookies?
Yeah, there's
Oh, they feel like extra super gooey. I feel like I'm just picking up a pile of pumpkin almost. There's yours. I think you might want to use a fork to eat it. Definitely not cookie consistency. Better go wash my hands.
Let me pose real quick. Spotlight, someone take a picture. I roll up around 7:45 in my 740. I look at 7:45.
It reminds me of sponge cake.
Drove the old school Chevy.
Sponge
My
cake?
fans at the night song Rockstar.
But tasty.
Let the VIP wait.
Alright, I'm going to use a fork so I don't get all over my hand again.
Let me pose real quick. My spotlight, someone take your picture.
Tastes like pumpkin pie, but squishy, kind of like a heavy cake. Definitely not a cookie consistency. Kendra says way too gooey.
After the land that I can't taste.
That's why this cracker's over there, to get rid of the taste. It works, trust me. Eat a cracker, you'll be able to taste it better. It kind of makes me feel like I'm eating a pumpkin pie, though. Like the consistency is actually just, it is almost pumpkin pie consistency. Just a little thicker. But now it's all stuck in the teeth. Any other thoughts before I move on to the next thing?
As far as what?
Any more thoughts before we move on to the next thing?
I don't know.
Kendra?
It might taste a little doughy, but
Look at Zoe.
it's still good though.
That little bit I ate is probably about as much as I usually eat for dinner. And we're not done yet.
Yeah. Very much like the pumpkin filling and pumpkin pie.
Okay, so it tastes like pumpkin pie to you? What about texture?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie, okay. The pancakes, it said 2 minutes on each side. We let it cook 3 minutes on the first side, and there was no way to flip it. It was too, huh? Kendra says it was too thin. I just don't see it holding together. I don't think it's possible for it to hold together. I don't know, maybe if you doubled the banana in it, there would be a possibility, but I really don't think it's going to work out. So Inside Out Sloppy Joes, they got done cooking. We're let cool, and whenever my mom gets in here, we'll try them, but she seems to have vanished on us. So I'm probably going to cut this part out of the video. Oh look, there she is.
Yeah, all right here.
Okay, so she's not aware because she's been out of the room, but the magic shell was a fail, and the pancakes were a fail, so we're down to the last thing. So, see what you think.
What is it supposed to be?
Inside Out Sloppy Joes.
Inside Out Sloppy Joes?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I never noticed how sweet Sloppy Joe makes it. I mean, I knew it was sweet, but it's extra sweet. Because there's no meat in it.
Sour.
I think, you think it's sour?
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs either some meat or some meat substitute in it to give it more texture, but then it wouldn't be 2 ingredients now, would it? But, I mean, the idea worked.
Yeah, it's rather good.
And, you know, cutting up the little biscuits like that gave you like little bite-sized pieces, but I still cut them in half with a spoon. But I'm already full, so. Yeah, I think it was good. Kendra thinks it's good.
The taste is nice. It has a tangy, spicy,
Yeah.
I don't know why it's rather than the house.
I don't know. Well, the tang is what she's probably talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think she meant sour. I think she meant tangy.
That's what it is. But it definitely does need something that's good.
So the last recipe, we all agree that it tastes good, but it needs something to add a little texture. Sounds like I forgot to turn the oven on. I hear it clicking. All right, so my overall opinion, the bread I might consider making again. Probably not very often, but it's a possibility. The Inside Out Sloppy Joes, maybe if we add a third ingredient to it. Wouldn't need no seasoning, just some sort of texture. What's your overall opinion of everything? Do you have anything that you would want again? Or are there things that you
There
just
were
didn't
ones I
want?
mentioned that were like, again, but I don't know which ones they were.
Oh, she don't remember what she likes. Okay. That's helpful. How about you, Kendra? What's your thoughts overall?
The cake was too soft, so I didn't really like it all that much. The bread I would have again, because that is filled with jelly or jam. And I like the lemon.
Okay,
I
so
wasn't sure about the cookies.
Kendra likes the bread. She likes the lemon fudge.
That was
She's
good.
unsure about the cookie. The cake was too soft.
I really like the cake.
Oh, she didn't like the cake. And then the sloppy joe, you agreed you liked, but needs more texture. So, yeah. So overall, the sloppy Joe needs texture. The bread can have things added. She says jelly or something. I say butter. My mom doesn't remember what she says, but you can rewind the video if you want. So I guess that's it. I'm kind of disappointed that we had 2 things out of 7 that we couldn't even taste test, but maybe it's just fate. We're not supposed to taste test them because they weren't good enough to test or to taste or something, right? Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. I will do an intro and outro after I clean up the house because I've got a lot of food sitting here that I don't know what to do with now. Wish I had somebody to feed. Shove it all for somebody here.
Okay, let's wrap this up. I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. Please like, subscribe, comment. Give me some ideas. And that's it. I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.